our interview for the day. On the line, I am joined by Melissa Slaymaker, organization called Women in Tech. It is an organization that helps women and girls embrace technology and break the stigma of the technology industry is seen for men only industry, which is true. You know, as soon as you see things like gaming, a lot of people think gaming is only for guys. Be like, you know, there's actually women also in things like gaming. Melissa, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Kusi. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm really excited to be here.
Nice. And also, thank you for your patience. I know that we were supposed to have your interview earlier on, and you were like, it's fine, I'm still available. Anyway, thank you for your patience.
You're welcome. No problem. I'm always happy to spread the word that also good work that we're doing, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to, use this platform today.
Nice. So, Melissa, where are you from?
I'm from South Africa originally. I actually was born in Empangeni, grew up in Limpopo, and now I live in Cape Town. So I've been kind of everywhere, and I've also spent some time in the UK for many years. But, I live in Cape Town at the moment.
I'm loving it. So Women in Tech is an international non-profit organization, you know, obviously with a mission to close the gap to help women to embrace technology. How did it all even started?
So it's a global movement. The head office is in Paris, and they started in 2018. And we've got 26 chapters globally with over 190,000 members internationally. I'm the country director for the South African chapter, and I started this chapter about 2.5 years ago. It was just before lockdown. We wanted to create a network where women can come and get access to education, access to jobs, access to a network of, supporting women that are like-minded to really embrace technology. And it's been such a success, I must say, the impact and the programs that we've created, the partnerships that we've, also established with other NPOs, with corporates, with funders. We really want to take this a lot further. We've got some exciting programs kicking off as we speak, as we've got a This Is Me program, we've got a mentorship program, we've got awards coming up in September, so lots and lots of things. You can actually have a look at it at our website, which is www.women-in-tech.org, and you can look at all the events that we have and the awards and all of that. If you want to be part of the Women in Tech, then you can become a member and just sign up via that website.
So obviously to a point where, there's things like Women in Tech, as I was reading earlier on that saying the organization is trying hard to break that stigma of, technology is only for men.
Yes.
Is that movement working so far? I know that when it comes to the continent, a lot of people will only think of technology as robots and all that. Smartphones are also technology on its own.
So this is an interesting question. So technology is in every industry. It's everywhere. It's the future. Technology now is going to, drive the way that we do our banking, the way that we shop, the way that we, do daily day-to-day operations. There's obviously the fourth industrial revolution with AI, robotics, and all of this. It's going to shape our future. And if our future is being shaped by a biased group of organization of people that don't have that diverse kind of point of view, and women are really being left out of this, and the gap is increasing scarily enough. It's not getting any smaller. So our aim is to really close that gender gap by giving access, to these fourth industrial revolution technologies, but also to create a network of support where we can make girls, from a young age, aware of what job opportunities are out there. That is not just for guys, there's some fantastic career opportunities within technology that is for everyone, and it's about giving them that visibility, that access, so that they can also decide, from school when they're choosing subjects, to say, look, these are the subjects that you need to have a career in the technology, which is going to be the future. And if you want to be part of this digital revolution, this is about being inclusive. And especially in rural areas, our focus has been a lot on, donating computers, creating a computer lab in rural areas. Like in Philippi Village here in Cape Town, we've created an IT learning center, which has free access for the township children to go and learn about computer skills, coding skills, and just, a safe space where they can go and have access to the internet, for free. So we want to do more of those projects, and it's about digital inclusion, so that our children are not being left behind in this fourth industrial revolution, so that they can also have a bright future and have all of these opportunities at their fingertips. So that's what we're really passionate about, is digital inclusion and making sure that our futures are diverse.
And in South Africa, we have Women's Month. We're celebrating women, obviously tomorrow, as being one of the days, saying that thank you, to the women of the world. So in a month like this, how is it like for the organization, Women in Tech? You're highlighting the issues of women, and then boom, there's a month like this. What does it mean for the organization?
Well, for us, like you said, we would love to have it to be Women's Month every day because it's such an issue that I think will, we believe if women rise, we all rise. So by helping and supporting the women, the moms, the sisters, of our community, they are the ones that will, take everyone with them and be successful and uplift our society. So for us, it just means that it's more visibility on the work that we're doing, which is very important work. It means that there's more potential funding going to the right areas to help, underprivileged areas or schools or students that maybe need bursaries and scholarships. So these are all things that we're looking at. But it's just putting a spotlight on what we do every day. So I think with Women's Month, if we could just, think about the way that we talk about technology, especially with our girls, especially with our children, is to, get them excited about the future of career potential in technology, which I mentioned is everywhere, it's in every industry. And it doesn't mean that you are going to be a programmer code, geek that sits in a dark room and doesn't speak to anyone. That's not the case. There's so many exciting technology opportunities, from design to management to creating, your own business and being an entrepreneur. But all of those things, whether you work in corporate, startup, wherever, you're going to need technology to have a successful career. And we want to help more women and girls embrace technology so that they are not left behind.
And the latest technology that you guys identified as an organization, that you feel like, every woman should know this technology now?
Okay, that's a good one. It's a good question. So there's obviously a lot of technology. So from, development to infrastructure to cloud solutions, there's so many technologies to talk about. It really depends on what you're interested in. But if I could say, if you are starting out in technology and you wanted to go in an area where there will be potentially really a lot of job opportunities in the future, I would investigate things like blockchain, because especially the Northern Hemisphere countries, they are very interested in blockchain. So if you could develop and go into blockchain, you will have I can almost guarantee that you'll have job opportunities, get paid in other currencies, USD, dollars, pounds, because blockchain is really a technology that's now also, blockchain is basically the building blocks of the metaverse. The metaverse is all around Web3 technology. So I don't know if you know NFTs or heard of things like cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency, NFTs, the metaverse, all of that is built on the blockchain. So I would say if you were starting out, you wanted a level playing field, because this is new technology to a lot of people, so you're not actually that far behind, is really focus on blockchain technologies, because that can take you into the metaverse. And that's where things get really interesting.
And then to get into blockchain, how can one do it?
So there are various companies. I can name a few. Consensus, Binance. These are companies that have got free, believe it or not, free educational academies. So Women in Tech partner with these companies so that we can have access to these academies. So we are busy in the next month or two, so watch the space. We are busy building a Women in Tech Academy, which we are going to be using these courses. So there's two different courses. One is technical, so really developing blockchain, and the one is non-technical, which you're actually just learning about it so you can understand it if you're working with people who are developers, etc. So yes, I think that is definitely something to look out for, is the Women in Tech Academy. But there are already companies that do this as a, they want to actually give that education to people because they know that that's the future. So that's definitely one thing. If you're not really keen on blockchain, then you can also look at things like WordPress or Python. Python's quite easy to learn if you're learning coding for the first time. But WordPress is basically developing websites so that you can have an e-commerce online business. That's relatively easy to learn as well. So you can, if you're busy with your own, so you've got a LinkedIn or a Facebook or Instagram little account and you're selling, let's say you make cakes as an example, and you want to take this business online, you want to be an e-commerce platform, you want to sell these cakes nationally, internationally, then you need a website, right? So WordPress is a great way of learning how to create your own business, your own website, and take, e-commerce payments online and all that. So it's really exciting. We do have free workshops on this WordPress technology from time to time during the year. So if you follow us on our LinkedIn page, the Women in Tech South Africa chapter, you'll see when we do our next workshops and so on. So WordPress is another one. And then we also have other things that you can learn, whether it's there's mentorship programs, there's soft skills training, there's an Agile Academy. So there's so many things actually that you can learn from if you join the Women in Tech network and you just start sort of networking with people, finding out, are you interested in more the creative stuff, or are you interested more in the really technical stuff, or more the leadership skills? Are you wanting to progress in your career for promotion? We also have a Talent Hub, which is a job board where you can see where all the international jobs are. We work with companies like Apple, AWS, Allianz. Those are the kind of big ones, as well as smaller companies. Click-a-Tell, these are all, companies that are currently looking to, want more diverse women and girls to come and work for them, to come and, give them their diverse opinions and ideas, because they see the benefits of having diversity within their companies. It's been proven that companies that have a diverse team is more profitable. They've got so many more benefits. They understand the customers. They've got great products because it speaks to a more diverse customer base. So it makes sense, right? So, there's a lot of opportunities that that I always want to share with people. And, thank you again for this platform so I can make people aware of where all this stuff is. There's so much free stuff online. You just know where to look.
No, thanks to you, for this kind of information. And also, if you have just tuned in now, we're speaking to Melissa Slaymaker. She's from Women in Tech. Women in Tech is an international non-profit organization with a mission to close the gender gap and to help women embrace technology to a point where, Melissa, these days, you can take opportunity by studying from home, to a point where for now, because in future, maybe this thing of free will eventually be gone, which means it's now that you must take opportunity to study these kind of programs.
Yeah, so I think if you look at what happened with the lockdown and the pandemic, right, that we had 2020, so everything had to kind of adjust and go digital and go online. So if you didn't, then you kind of lost out, So in a silver lining of a pandemic, if I put it that way, a lot of educational institutions had to put their content online. Universities globally, I'm talking around, even international big universities, they all have content now online because they had to adjust to the pandemic. So what that means now for us is, if you've got access to the internet, you now actually have so much content and educational programs at your fingertips that you have access to. So it actually means that you now have the opportunity to study at your own pace. You can study abroad. You don't have to look at location costs and having to go and rent a student flat somewhere. You actually can do it from home. You can work from anywhere. You can study from anywhere. You can work your own flexible hours. So, and that in itself has created an environment where, especially for women, that need flexibility, where you have maybe your mom and maybe you're looking after someone that's your mom or your dad, or you've got dependents in some way, that you can actually be flexible to do these things at your own time schedule. So so you can be a little bit flexible. So there are more opportunities because most of the jobs are either hybrid or remotely available. So you can work from anywhere. And then again, that also opens up international opportunities. So even like I mentioned on the Talent Hub, where we have got advertised jobs with some of our partners, most of those jobs are available to be worked remotely. So you can be working in South Africa, but you can be working with a company in Europe or UAE or America or wherever, and earn pounds, euros, dollars, and working from your home. So you don't have the travel costs, everything. So there's so much more opportunities now, and like you said, these opportunities might not be available forever for free, but there's a lot of things that you can do if you jump at it now and you get involved.
And another thing, though, should I say, a stumbling block for many people in South Africa is that, this kind of information, you start to see it clear when you're getting a little bit older. But now with the age restriction, in South Africa saying, at this age, you can't do this. How does it work, especially when it comes to technology? Because you're working from home.
That's the brilliant part, right?
Yeah.
So there's no age restriction. If you're working in technology, because there's so much flexibility. I mean, especially if you're, entrepreneur, as you are, there's no age restriction. We've even got coding classes that we present, and it's such a wide variety of women and men that join our programs. Sometimes we have teenagers, from 13 and then we have women in their late 50s, 60s that join our programs because they want to learn something new. There's no age restriction. You can literally work from home. Like I said, the only issue we have, especially in South Africa, is access. So if you've got access to the internet, that means you need a device, you need data, or you need Wi-Fi, and that's great, but there are so many people still in our communities, especially in the poorer areas, that's the stumbling block. The stumbling block isn't their age. The stumbling block is they don't have a device, or they live in an area where it's not safe, it's going to get stolen, or if they do have a device, then they don't have money for data. So that's the issues that we need to overcome in South Africa first. Is let's first get access to everyone to get on the internet. Let's get them so that there's an equal playing field. Then maybe look at programs being presented in their own mother tongue. Not everyone speaks English as a first language, so that's another challenge. So you see, we've got different problems in South Africa than the other countries have. So we've got to solve those first before we sort of say, okay, let's all learn blockchain. So it is, we've got to take, start. You start young, start getting access, and then let's go for it, So that's our strategy.
If you have just tuned in, speaking to Melissa Slaymaker from an international non-profit organization, which is called Women in Tech. 061 863 1065. 061 8621065. Easy peasy. You can just text us and then if you have questions. So now, Melissa, before I let you go, let's say a listener is listening now and they would love to jump in this so-called new world that we're in. And how can they log on and get the information to register so that they can study these technologies so that they will be able to, maneuver in the new world that we're in now. But, Melissa, I want you to quickly hold that thought while we're going straight into the news headline. Are you cool with that?
I'm cool. Thank you very much.
Yes. Melissa, are you back?
I'm back, yes. Thank you.
Yes. So, as I said, hold that thought. Now you can just kickstart it.
Right. So you asked me, how do you become a member of Women in Tech and how do you join this movement? So that's really easy. What you do is you log on to www.women-in-tech.co.za. womenintech.org. On the website, you'll see that there's a button that you can click to become a member. You fill out that form, and it will then keep you up to date with events that we're doing. There's a lot of things that you can join, like the Talent Hub, if you want to see what jobs to apply for. If you want to join certain chapters, then you can click on the certain chapters. For the South Africa chapter, please join us on LinkedIn. So if you go on LinkedIn, you search Women in Tech South Africa, you can find us there. Follow us to be kept up to date with all the things. But most excitedly, I would love to just reiterate that we've got our Women in Tech Africa Regional Award that will be held on the 23rd of September. That is the day before Heritage Day, so it's on a Friday. And we will be highlighting women in various categories. We've got awards for teams, startup, Women in Tech allies. We've got leadership, lifetime achievement, and disruptors, and most impactful initiative awards. So there's a few categories. So if you go to Women in Tech, all one word, -award.com, you can go and nominate yourself to be considered for one of these awards, or nominate a colleague or someone that you think deserves an award. So please do that so that you can be part of this award ceremony, which the winners will get to go to Dubai on the 13th of October and be represented on a global stage. So please look at the awards, because we would love for you, if you're doing something amazing, we want to know about it.
Melissa, again, before I let you go, any last words? Usually we say to our guests, please, can you give us those words or lines so that we can feel motivated, especially of what's going on around the world as we speak. What would you like to say to the listener now?
Purely, if you're looking to go into tech, or you're looking to make a career change, or you're looking to start a business, if you're at that level and you're thinking, am I good enough? Can I do it? Or, what should I do? I would just say, look, go for it, because there's nothing to be afraid of. Even if you fail, you get up, you learn something, you move on. You must just go for it. Never give up. Find your purpose and just go for it. If that is what you want to do in life, then don't wait. Just do it. But take the Nike slogan. But literally, just go for it.
Just Nike it.
Just Nike it.
Okay, Melissa, I'm not going to add any further. Again, if people want to get hold of a Woman in Tech and to read more and to register, how can they do it again?
So the website is www.women-in-tech.org. They can also email me at melissa@womenintech.org. It's also with all the hyphens in between. But I'm also contactable via LinkedIn. So if you send me a message on LinkedIn, I will reply. But yeah, that's hopefully gives you enough information. But all the links to our projects and our programs and our events is on our website. So the website is a good starting place, and become a member so that you can also get our newsletters and be informed of everything so that you don't miss out.
Melissa, thank you very much for having time to speak to us, and happy Women's Day tomorrow, and we hope to have you again on the show soon.
You are very welcome. Thanks for having me, and enjoy your day off tomorrow. Hopefully you get one. And also just to reiterate, Women in Tech isn't just for women, it's for everybody that really has the same mission and values of equality and inclusion. So it's really a great network and a community to be part of.
Thanks, Melissa. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Sweet. That is Melissa Slaymaker from an international non-profit organization called Women in Tech, saying that this is an opportunity to take advantage of. You can use your phone, you can use your laptop. If you have access to internet these days, you can get employed. Who knows, until you get super old, because it's technology. It's a new world. It's either you adapt or you fall.